Today, I want to share a tool that almost nobody talks about, but it can dramatically multiply your marketing and your sales. And here is the kicker. You don't need money for it. You only need your brain. If you understand and apply it, you will immediately move ahead of 99% of competitors. So yes, this can be your unfair advantage. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I am Leslie, entrepreneur and business coach. Here I help you build one-person business powered by your personality and your identity. I have been in business for almost 18 years, and I know exactly how it feels when you build a great product, a truly valuable one, and people just don't buy it, or buy less than you expected. And then what happens? You feel disappointed, you feel unappreciated. You look around and think people don't choose the best, they choose the loudest. You feel like the market is unfair and you tell yourself, I don't want to become a performer on social media. I don't want to be a blogger. I just want to do my work. I felt the same. For many years, I believed that quality wins, and then reality taught me a very painful truth. Quality matters, but marketing matters more. And that destroys a lot of experts emotionally. But here's the problem, not in that truth. The problem is in how we define marketing. Most people think marketing is shouting about yourself, forcing people to buy, manipulating their pain, or talking into the void and hoping someone hears you. No wonder so many talented people hate it. But let me offer you a different perspective. Think about it like building a relationship. You are the product. The market is the person you want to build a relation with. And marketing is your communication. If you are a great person, ethical, ambitious, smart, capable, but you sit in silence hoping someone will just notice, they won't. They will choose someone who speaks confidently, not someone better, but someone visible. On the other hand, sure, someone who only sells without delivering will catch attention, but they won't hold it long. On YouTube, what matters more, capturing attention or holding it? Both. Same in business. Product and marketing are two sides of the same system. And marketing doesn't have to be toxic. Healthy marketing equals human conversation. Listening, not just talking. Understanding real problems, not pushing your agenda. Creating long-term value, not tricking people. So now let's talk about the most painful moment. What do you do when a client likes you, trusts you, sees value, and then goes to Google and buys from someone else? Someone who sells cheaper. Do you lower price, add free bonuses, offer more time, more services, more support? And all of that slowly destroys your margin until you're competing with big companies on their field, where the only way to win is to work at a loss. Yeah, no thanks. But there is a solution. It is called a unique mechanism, not to be confused with unique selling proposition. So let's get into second part. What a unique mechanism actually is. A mechanism is simply how your product creates the result. When someone buys something, a service, a program, a pill, they buy the outcome. A training program helps you do the splits. A diet pill helps you lose weight. White noise audio file helps you sleep better. But to really sell your method, it's not enough to say it works. You have to explain how it works. That how is your unique mechanism. And the formula is basically our product uses a unique mechanism that helps you achieve the result. If you don't have this, your product looks like every other product, and then people either don't notice you or they compare you only by price. There are several types of unique mechanism. First, technological mechanism. When your product works because of a unique method, algorithm, or technology. For example, our toothpaste uses microcapsules that dissolve in your mouth and protect your teeth for 20 hours. Or this finance course uses cascading learning, so you absorb information 5 times faster. Important. Explain the technology simply, even if it's complex. Second, national or biological mechanism. When your method uses natural principles, biology or science. Example, our fat loss formula activates metabolic adaptation, so your body burns fat more efficiently. Or our meditation use neuroplasticity principles, build real neural changes, so it becomes easier to control your emotions. Third method is emotional or psychological mechanism. Works great for coaching, education, services. Example, our coaching uses strategies, self-analysis to help you see your strengths and take action without self-sabotage. Or time management method is based on deep focused practice, so you work 3 times more productively without burnout. Key idea, you don't just say, I teach you, you explain the process. Number 4, combine mechanism. Mixing several mechanisms often the strongest way. Example, the language method combine cognitive science, associative memory, and immersion, so you learn naturally and speak without fear. Here we use science, emotion, and technique and get their strong, unique mechanism. The hidden or obvious mechanism. I don't like this one much, but it works. It's when something obvious exists in all products, but one brand starts talking about it. For example, all breweries use purified water, and brand suddenly says, we brew beer only with purified water. And boom, consumers think it's special, it works, but feels a bit sneaky. Still, sometimes things are obviously to you, but not to the customer, and you can use that. How do you create your unique mechanism? You need to understand your client's point A, where they are now, their pain and desire, their point B, where they want to be, and how exactly your process gets them there. Let me give you my example, how I came to the one-person business model. I'm a person who loves businesses and entrepreneurs. I believe business is the best tool for human growth, and I want to support founders on this hard path, and also inspire those who only dream of entrepreneurship. If that's you, that's your inner entrepreneur asking to coming out. There are existing entrepreneurs and people who want to become an entrepreneur. Point A, no business. Point B, have a business. What are the traditional paths? Option 1, be self-employed, but then you are always depend on clients and trading time for money. Option 2, hire employees, but that scares many people. Responsibility for other adults, management, control, emotional load. And I'll be honest, I never liked the idea of hiring. It took me years to even explain to myself why. We all have a prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for discipline, planning, decision-making. It fully matures around age 25. Parents and entrepreneurs with employees share one thing in common. They take a chaos in the world and turn it into stability and structure for someone else. It's heroic, but very exhausting. With kids, we don't have a choice. Their brains are still developing. But with adults, you end up doing the emotional and executive work for them. I don't want that. And in the digital economy, I don't need to. I can scale myself without hiring through technology, content, and personal leverage. Many people feel the same. Some don't like delegating, some fear responsibility for others, some don't trust others, some just prefer independence. Or sometimes, like me, they simply want to use their brain to create instead of control. That's where the one-person business model becomes the unique mechanism. Part of my work is done by my digital self, working 24/7. I don't mean an AI avatar. I mean the systems, content, tools, and processes I've set up. Right now, you are listening to my digital version. Meanwhile, the real me might be doing yoga or sleeping next to my husband. It's both technological and psychological leverage. Often behind what we think is the way things must be, there's a belief that simply needs to be updated. If you are still watching this, there's a high chance you are someone who thinks deeply, analyzes a lot, and you might now be stuck thinking, how do I come up with my unique mechanism? And then you freeze and do nothing. Welcome to analytical paralysis. And here are your options. First, keep working and hold the question inside. The answer will come. Second, draft your raft mechanism and test it. Third, write your version in the comments and I'll help to refine it. And fourth, join my coaching session and we'll build your mechanism together. And if you like this video, you'll definitely like the video about how to start a one-person business, because today we talked about things you'll need a bit later on your entrepreneurial path. If you don't fully understand yet what a one-person business is, but you feel there's potential and something valuable for you here, start with the first episode. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself.